And before this recruitment exercise was started, what the government did was that it sent out a team to go to our schools in the rural areas, in the urban areas, and find out the teachers we need for various subjects, the number of teachers we need in these schools, and that was what informed the figure of the number of teachers that will be engaged. By the time that process was concluded, we found out that the recruiting process did not follow the assessment, the needs assessment that the government wanted to, was trying to solve. We wanted to solve that need. So when this information got to the governor, we started having complaints. There were so many issues. People brought in issues of corruption, that people were, there's all kinds of funny talks.
Governor, like they were buying chances.
Yes, people were saying all kinds of things.
I also heard that outsiders were the ones getting the job instead of Bayelsans.
I don't know about that.
No, among the allegations.
Yes, people were buying slots. People said all those kinds of things.
I heard that they were buying slots. I heard.
But
part of
our concern was that this process should not negate what the government set out to do from the beginning. So the governor now directed the Commissioner of Education, take another look at this process. Halt every other thing that has been done. That is why you hear some people saying we have not been paid. It is because the process had to be reviewed. So the government couldn't have set out to achieve, an initiative that it wanted to solve, only for that process to be truncated midway. I don't think any responsible government will allow that to happen.
So will the teachers be paid because they
will be paid?
They work for about
everyone that was properly engaged. Every one of them that was properly engaged will be paid. But that process had to be. That's what the Ministry of Education is doing now.
For how long would they have to wait?
I can't give a timeline. I do not know.
Some of them are in the rural communities. Some of them did not have a job. Some borrowed money and then to travel to the new station that they have been posted to, and they have been beggarly among the people that
it's a very unfortunate situation. I must admit that is a very unfortunate situation.
And some in Yenagua also beg for transport to go to teaching, to go to where they have to.
When the process has been halted,
but they are still going to school to teach.
Well, I cannot explain that.
They cannot abandon their jobs. You gave them a job.
I cannot explain that. I must be frank with you. But I'm telling you what happened. The process has been halted. So it is when this is completed, that is when, all of the issues, and they will be paid.
The recruitment has been halted, but those who were assigned to schools are still teaching.
That process is being reviewed. So how are you going to go ahead when the process is being reviewed?
They are still they are still teaching.
Well, Lishman, even me, I can't even explain it as I'm seated here.
And they're supposed to come back and but they will be paid.
They will be paid. That is what I can tell you.
It is when you don't know.
It's when I don't know. But I know once this process, it is something that started recently when we had a lot of complaints. So government had to stop it.
All right, there's another issue Bayelsans would like to have a reply to. What happened to Bayelsa plane?
Bayelsa plane, did we have one?
They said they wanted to buy planes.
Okay, I thought we had. I've seen all kinds of things. Somebody just woke up a few days ago.
I put it on the airline.
Exactly, they did all kinds of graphic, but yes, it's the creativity of our people is good. But the truth of the matter is that people should be positively and constructively creative. Some of the negative energy we exert, particularly on social media, they are not necessary. Yes, it is true that the government spoke about acquiring aircraft. And my initial response was that when people were asking and they were getting agitated, there was also this talk of, we don't need an aircraft. We don't need aircraft. We don't, people said all kinds of things.
In fact, let me also remind you one of the things they said. They said that His Excellency was involved in some laundering, and that it was a process that was now converted to say they wanted to buy a plane. I believe you heard that too. I believe you heard it because it was also on social media.
I heard it, Lishman, and the person who said it, today he's explaining all of those things. So let him go and explain to the court. So I'm not going to talk too much on it. We know this is somebody who has no, well, the matter is in court. Let me just leave it at that. So he needs to explain some of these things. You don't come to social media because you have the luxury of having data on your phone, and having airtime, and you just be typing rubbish. So I mean, those are issues that I do not even want to dwell on. But we have agencies of government, anti-corruption agencies, that they look into issues of money laundering and the rest. So let them. There was a time I challenged him. Please write a petition to all this grammar you are speaking. Write a petition.
So you're saying that the governor has not. Okay, let me use a language that he will understand. Then don't say governor been thief money. When in thief money go overseas, they call
911 use the money by plane.
Arrest time when use the money by plane.
That same person wrote that the governor was arrested in London.
When he go to
When I go to buy plane, the governor went to visit the Commonwealth Secretary General. I was with him. I was there in London when we started seeing the funny things that this man was writing. I don't want to dignify him by mentioning his name. You know? So we were surprised. We started laughing. So when the pictures of the governor's visit came out, I mean the visit to the Commonwealth Secretary General, people started asking, is it not the man that they said the London Metropolitan Police had arrested? That in fact, the Attorney General of the state had rushed to London to go and bail the governor. So if the governor was arrested in London, it's the Attorney General of Nigeria that will go, of the state that will go and bail him in London. You know,
they will say one big man and then go help him.
Look, all kinds of stories. Nigeria and Bayelsa is a state of rumors. But if you ask, that's why I always tell them, look, those of you who are my friends, if you want to know the fact, ask me. I go tell you the one won't be true. I go tell you, say this one self no correct.
So governor not thief any money?
Governor not thief any money. The truth be say,
and the
government
too.
No, they don't arrest governor at all. At no time. Okay. At no time. The governor of this state that we have, now a man where Bayelsans should be proud of at every time. Because he carry himself well, he has dignity. Most of the rumors when they carry about him, they are not true. But let me talk about the issue of the aircraft.
Yeah.
You see, the issue of the aircraft, they say, we really get interest to start our own airline. If you look at our airport is not there very active. We have an arrangement with an airline. And that arrangement itself, I don't think say Bayelsans they enjoy it. So instead of us to be paying money to an airline because we want to encourage the development of this route from Abuja, Lagos, and we said, okay, why we not start our own? States like Akwa Ibom don't do them, and they are succeeding. All of us they hail them. If we plan well, we can also decide. We can also have our own airline, and we decided to partner with a private company owned by a Bayelsan. So now that process is ongoing. If it started sometime, but at some point the thing stopped because we needed to do some paperwork. The paperwork has been done. The funding is not a challenge because it's not as if the government is going to bring out the money to just pay. We are going into there is a facility. The facility will be provided by a financial institution. All of those issues, those things have been worked out. And the government said, okay, let us get like 4 aircraft. Because people don't talk all kinds of things. It's not 1 aircraft. And the kind of arrangement when they look at, now the type where we say we go fit to connect for instance, all these our states in our region. We can connect them, we can connect Abuja, we can connect Lagos, we can connect maybe nearby states. Now that kind of arrangement. But the focus now for us to look at our region. So that is the thinking of government. But some people, sometimes when you just come up with an idea, they go begin to run with that idea like say, the thing already started. You know, that same man that they talk about, he just woke up last week or they say, in there somewhere when they lock him. Somebody tell and say the aircraft don't arrive. So I ask him, I say, please, can you tell me where and when the aircraft were delivered? Enough answer again. So, but I want people make their mind they at rest.
Okay, well, since you just talked about that, I remember last week, we also had a guest who, looking forward into 2027 and 28, projected that the APC will take over power, and that the governor has been a friend of the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, and that he has been a friend of the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, and that the governor has been working with APC, and that he will hand over to APC.
My brother, it was on your program.
Yes.
And I phoned into that program that day to dismiss that kind of reckless talk. It was just reckless. You know, my younger brother, Udeng Seradiri, Engineer Udeng Seradiri, there are some things that he should not say. You understand? And I do not think we should dwell so much on it because
is the PDP in order then in Bayelsa State? Because we also hear that there are divisions with the George Turner suspension, with the Omemu issue, and that people are taking camps ahead of the election in 2027.
Okay.
Is it's all well there?
Yes. Now let me tell you, the issue of the governor working with APC or working with the president, the federal government, because that is the reason he said so, that this government is collaborating with the federal government. Would he have preferred that the governor was fighting the federal government because it's APC-led government and we don't get anything at all in Bayelsa? Which one is better? The man decided to collaborate with it. Today, the phase 2 of the Nebe Brass Road, the federal government has even sent a team to come and do assessment. We are building the phase 1. We are 21 kilometers. We are going ahead that maybe in another 1 year we'll be done with that project. The federal government will take over phase 2. It is part of that collaboration. So other projects are coming to this state through the federal that collaboration. Somebody is now saying, oh, because you are collaborating with the federal government, you have an agenda to hand over the state to APC. How? So the thing is, to us, we just looked at it and we laughed. The governor did not even respond to him.
It's good that the collaboration is bringing development to
that is the purpose.
To the state.
It's for the purpose of development.
And talking about bringing development, the governor, you travel with the governor a lot. Can you tell us what the state has benefited from all this travel to bring investments?
Well, the fact that you never see that Dangote for Nigeria, for Bayelsa, it not mean say Dangote need to do anything for Bayelsa.
Oh, really? Educate us, please.
Oh. Do you know that Dangote has a project already going in Bayelsa?
Dangote has a project in Bayelsa?
Yes, they are doing pipeline project in Bayelsa. Some of these things must not be giving us money directly. Yes, when they give us money, fine. The governor went to South Korea. Today, South Korea never give us equipment. We have tractors. We have rice planters. Today, we are collaborating with a developed country like South Korea, Republic of South Korea. See, all of them might not come once, but they will come in trickles. We are maintaining relationships that will benefit this state, even beyond this government. So people must understand. But importantly, let me tell you, you see, one of the areas people have scored us high, which you mentioned, is in the area of peace and security. This government had to, first of all, lay the foundation for investments to come in. And investments will come in. Some of these things take time because the gestation period could be long. If the enabling environment is not there, the investors will not come.
You talk about collaboration with the federal government.
But there's something we are forgetting I want to really address.
Okay.
Let us not. You talked about whether all is well in Bayelsa PDP. I tell you today, the irresponsible act of one man cannot make Bayelsa PDP to be in disarray.
What makes his action irresponsible?
I've not mentioned anybody's name.
No, you said one man.
I said the irresponsible act.
So me I say what make
the irresponsible action of one person cannot affect the synergy, the unity, the wholesomeness of the Bayelsa PDP. Bayelsa PDP is intact. There is no issue with Bayelsa PDP. And I don't want to dwell so much on that matter.
No,
what I'm going to tell you is that what led to the things people have seen in Nigeria, those issues have been addressed by the National Working Committee of the party. So we'll leave it at that level. It's not a Bayelsa governor matter.
Let's still talk about the collaboration. Let's talk about positive things. Well, it's good to know that the federal government is going to probably bring in money. But you said, I know that you have repeatedly said that this government is committed to taking a road to brass.
Oh, yes.
So whether the federal government comes in or not, even if you have to borrow, you take a road to brass.
Yes.
You have said that so many times. It's good to know that with the collaboration, the federal government is coming to and supports the states, ensuring that road gets to brass. And also that we've seen from the Korean government and other this thing. Well, in the home front, there is an NDDC that was created to solve some of these problems. Are there any projects ongoing that the government is collaborating with the NDDC on?
Not to the best of my knowledge.
All right.
And I want to say that maybe I should use the opportunity to say this. You see, the other day the governor advised the NDDC about collaborating with the state when they want to cite any project, even though what the governor said was misconstrued. But I believe by now people will understand what he was trying to say, because it's the right thing to do. You see, a situation where you go and award a contract to somebody, maybe on a project that even the state government is working on, at the end of the day, what you see is duplication, and it's not good for us because it's the resources of the region that is being misapplied. But my own thinking is that the NDDC should engage in projects that cut across states of the region. They should look. The NDDC, for instance, when we talk about big projects, power is a big issue in our region, isn't it? If today the NDDC decides to solve that problem across all the states that is the kind of thing my mind, that's the kind of project I'm looking at. Something that will affect the region. Not this petty, it's not going to states, borehole, solar light. Well, those things, a lot of people use it to survive. It's good though, I'm not against it. But I believe that the NDDC should be looking at region-wide projects because of the name that it even bears. This idea of going to the states individually, and yes, you can do things in the states. I've heard people criticize the NDDC, even their road projects. I've heard all those kinds. But the truth of the matter is that there are bigger projects that the NDDC can get involved in that will have greater impact than what it's doing. Then, in Bayelsa, before now, we had two major projects that the government took over from the NDDC that were left undone. Bayelsa is one of the states where you have the highest number of abandoned NDDC projects. And those are things that, we should be shouting about. But we know that the agency is also limited by funds. You understand? And we believe that let it do the best it can. We are not putting any pressure on them. We are also a government trying to do the best we can for our people. But we are saying projects should not be duplicated. Projects should not be given out because you want to try and see how you can. I'm looking for the right word to use. But honestly, I believe that this NDDC is doing the right thing, but they still need to do more. Bayelsans and Niger Deltans still expect more from them.
I beg, say that again because
no, we don't have no issues. We are collaborating with the NDDC. You see, the NDDC MD, they attend functions of the state government. No politics. Politics not there at all. The man is committed to, doing a lot of things in Bayelsa. We are not against him, against that at all.
Okay, so that we don't have
any government where you see people, they join you to help develop your state, you go fight that kind of person. we're not going to fit. We are on the same page with NDDC, so no issue at all.
All right.